Others, the Legislative Assembly and the Olor Malo, jointly make up the Parliament of Samoa. It is based in the capital, Apia, where the country's central administration is situated. In the Samoan language, the Legislative Assembly of Samoa is sometimes referred to as the Samoan Fono, while the government of the country is referred to as the Malo. The word Fono is a Samoan and Polynesian term for councils or meetings, great and small, and applies to national assemblies and legislatures, as well as local village councils. The modern government of Samoa exists on a national level alongside the country's Fermate, indigenous chiefly system of governance and social organization. The Samoan Fono is descended from the Western Samoan Legislative Assembly established under New Zealand rule in the early 1900s. On the country's political independence in 1962, the Fifth Legislative Assembly became the first Western Samoan parliament. Prior to a 2019 constitutional amendment, the Samoan Fono had 49 members of parliament. These were elected in 6 two-seat and 35 single-seat constituencies. Of these 49 seats, 47 were legally reserved for traditional heads of families and 2 for special constituencies. These 2 seats were first reserved for Samoan citizens descended from non-Samoans and elected on a non-territorial basis until the 2015 constitutional amendment, after which these were replaced with specific urban constituencies. These urban constituencies were only in place for the 2016 general election and were then abolished by the 2019 amendment ahead of the next general election. Following this amendment, each electoral constituency elects 1 member, totaling 51 members of parliament. An extra member of parliament was added after the 2016 election in order to meet the quota of 10% female MPs. Members of parliament in Samoa are directly elected by universal suffrage and serve a 5-year term. The ceremonial head of state or Olor Malo is elected for a 5-year term by the Fono. He or she is limited to a maximum of 2 terms. Elections are held under a simple plurality system. Samoan electors are divided into 6 two-seat and 35 single-seat constituencies. In addition, 2 seats are reserved for individual voters, non-indigenous citizens who may not hold a chiefly title or any customary interest in Samoan land. Electors must be Samoan citizens and aged over 21. Candidates must be qualified as electors. And in addition, those for territorial seats must hold a Mati title. The Fono is responsible for electing the Olor Malo, the ceremonial Samoan head of state. The Fono is currently not in session, having not been convened since the 2021 Samoan general election was held. Due to the current constitutional crisis, the Fono is housed in a beehive-shaped building based on the traditional Samoan fale.